It makes no sense to get the super weak units into the fighting, because it will just give you a sticking penalty. But it makes sense to get as much units in the fighting as you can use. So I didn't calculate the numbers right now, but this one should work well. Not perfect, but well. Yeah, apparently 3 units I cannot use. But as you can tell, the stacking penalty is 0 because I come from a flank, which means there's no disadvantage to it right now. River crossing, 60%, it's terrible. 70% even for the garrison and the militia. Yeah, but as you can tell, these units here, they're in a super bad shape. There's just one infantry division really fighting. The rest is out of order pretty soon. So which means after the wave, I send in the next wave and the next wave. I have enough units for at least 4 different waves. So there's no way in hell you can hold the riverside. No way. So, and just to keep the pressure up, I get maybe no. There's no pressure from this side. I want to avoid a counterattack here to disrupt it a bit, but, well, I don't have the means right now. So, for the units here, I would say we move north. Oh, we get attacked, okay. Then we don't move north. What's going on here? Can you move the troops next to it? Zack, move in. This militia, disrupt a little bit. Damn strong, the headquarter. We're moving to the north, we're still defending here. And we're moving on the riverside. Yeah, soon we have all the places in the river. Here's some support I can distribute around the river. I would much like to have it on the other side of the river. What just happened here? We are not moving forward, and which means we lost the fight. I'm not sure how that happened. Okay, move the next blob to the front. How the hell did we lose the fight here? Okay, I'm not sure how that happened. No clue. Because it looked really nice, and normally should have at least taken them a couple of days, if not a week, that one army is pushed back for the next, so I need the next wave. So right now I need to wait for the yellow dots to disappear, so I can move in the next wave. I think there was a counterattack maybe. Maybe some hard bombing I oversaw. So there was a suicide attack, now we can attack, just blob for blob. Just move to the left. Remember, the infantry I have not a lot of infantry, but the infantry I have 10% more fighting power over the river. But I think with human brave tactics, it doesn't matter too much. Garrisons. Garrison is the strongest fighting power I have, so I want to move them on the riverside here because it's the main fighting. I want to place them into the harbor and then dig in. Yes, you're moving in here. My hope is that we're moving some... Oh yeah, he's moving fast back again. Because I have a lot of units now penetrating again his supply lines. Okay, some of my units are wieder ready. Why is there an attack movement? Okay, now I get the units which best conditions to attack the sector. That would be the next wave. Everyone that is in a good condition, which is no one in this sector. Great. Okay, it is what it is. The next wave is a little weak, but I mean, they cannot be strong in this sector, right? Yeah, 50%, so it's just a matter of time. And when I'm done here, here's a counterattack already. When I'm done here, then I'll send in the next wave and the next wave, you know the deal. I really love the concept of warfare in this game. I mean, not only how you tech and how you build your units and customize everything from the officer to the hierarchy, it's also the fighting is so complex and gives us so much opportunity to do stuff. It's a lot of fun. Just the micromanagement sometimes a little odd. Yeah, as you can see, it's not 50% anymore. The numbers, they're really wrong. Like, no, this number would suggest that we are not close to winning the fight, but we are very close to win the fight. It's 12, it's even reduced number, even so we are totally winning. It's because of reinforcement, but when I beat this one because the reinforcement is going onto the front line, then I have won the fight, even so this number suggests I will lose the fight. It's totally silly, the number system. It gives you a general idea, but not a perfect idea. Also have a look on the rest of your empire or if there's something going on. Yeah, the whole army is already disappeared, as you can tell. And I got the riverside, which means right now it would be a good idea to make sure he cannot disrupt my movement here by an attack, which means I need some units here that are not busy right now, like this one, to just give me 1 or 2 days time to move in. And also I want everyone here moving in, not too much for the stacking penalty problem as usual, but enough so that I have enough forces here to hold the line. And also I want to move back north, further north, right? That's the idea. So which means I need some units in the sector. Once I'm here, I can give some flanking attacks on the left and the right side and also get the rest of the river. Okay, moving in, moving in. Here's now a lot of units from us. They're in a pretty good shape. We can do a lot of damage here. And as I said before, we want to hold the river only and the harbor. If possible, we go to the next harbor again. I think all the reinforcements we saw earlier, they are now on the top here with the tanks and everything. It could cause a problem. So right now we go for this one here and maybe, wait a second. We make attack support only because I don't want to move into the sector. I just want support their attack. And everyone that is ready here can actually make a support to this side, just to make sure the harbor didn't get reinforced. So, and spread out a little bit. Also give some support here. And everyone can move 1 further north. Hopefully they will remove some units from this front. Weird numbers. The Japanese getting stronger and stronger. Yeah, here's a counterattack, which is not a problem because units from this sector are moving north. And he cannot counterattack this one because he was under attack on this sector. Moving in. You can write in the comments below if you want to see more or less fighting in the future. Maybe the micromanagement of the fighting is not too interesting for you. So maybe I can cut off the fighting part and give you some overviews like every month or whatever. Just write it in the comments below because there will be a lot of fighting going on in the future. But basically the main part of the infantry, the ground combat fighting, will happen here and now. So I assume if I'm successful, let's say in the next 6 or 12 months, then it's more like invasion and conquering key points, and that's it. So if you're really interested in fighting, that will be the main part. Maybe in America, there will be another big fighting, because somehow I think the Americans want to defend their shores against the Chinese invasion. But that will be at the very end of the video. Counterattack, silly. He's using the stacking penalty, which is really clever, but then his unit will be busted too, and I can afford to have busted units, he cannot. Not in this area. It's a bit like chess sometimes. Yeah, it seems not to work at all. That's so weird. I expected it to work pretty well. Anyway, it worked on this riverside here. So if I like, I can now try to move some of the units back. Right now, I have a lot of units dig in behind the river. So that's silly, because I don't need like 24 brigades dig in behind the river. Maybe on this sector, we're going to attack from 3 different angles. But that's it. I mean, I think I might be able to remove some of the units to keep the pressure up on another front line. Yeah, I just move in now, straight through. I cut it off to the coast again. That's my goal. And here's the capital. Yeah, I was right. This sector was actually the capital. I talked before about it, where all the supply of the Manchukuo is. It's just not a city. That's what confused me. I can just move into this one again to get the supply again. At least I will threaten it, so you need to move some of your units back. Yeah, let's try. Moving in the whole block, and at the same time moving over the river the whole block. And then we do remove some units to this riverside to defend it. What? The whole course here? Really? That's a lot of units here. Then let's attack over the river. You're in a pretty good shape. Yeah, that should keep some pressure up. The main problem here is really that he has already some tank brigades. I think I counted 2 at the moment. There might be a third, I don't see right now. And my militia, yeah, basically they do no harm to tanks whatsoever. So it's a problem. Well, a lot of militia can still beat one tank, but he gets more and more, so it's not favorable for me to wait. What's going on here? Why am I not on the other river side already? Ah, because of the stupid counterattack. You know what? We counter the counterattack and now he counters me. So, which means we counter him. Well, at least soon. Everyone's countering everyone. If I had paratroopers, I would drop them here and then counter the counter. Yeah, now we can just let them fight it out. There's nothing you can do. You can maybe remove some stacking penalties by checking the micro, go into debt here, but I don't want to do it. So, moving in, moving in. Everyone's moving in. What was that? We have been attacked. Okay, that's nothing new. It's wartime. This one is going well too, I assume. I wait for the garrisons maybe, and then I strategic deployment. And I have more fighting power, and I try again for the harbor. Yeah, but as you can tell, the longer it takes, the more units he moves out of the pocket here, or the pot, or whatever it's called in English. I mean, I will get units here. Definitely will destroy some units by cutting it off, but not as much as I hope to. And the problem is I don't have specialists to do the job here, and you can really see how much that disrupts my lines, my strategies. I mean, it's just silly. Some pioneers here, or some marines, or maybe some light tanks, even maybe some cavalry would have done the job. Perfect would be paratroopers. Also there's so much you couldn't do here, but with militias over a well-defended river, it is so super hard. So what's going on here? Some bombings, nothing special. Some bombings? Where the hell you bring in your air force? Never my bombings. So yeah, we can only wait. And here again, the numbers don't really show you the real situation. The stacking penalty is silly. 30%. Again, I need to remove all the units that are not fighting in this attack. But I won't do it. I need some break from this micromanagement. It's working without 2, as you can tell. And if we remove them now, they won't move into the sector. So, we got it. As soon as we won this fight, we will move in again. Okay, I have no clue what just happened. Well, I have a clue. The one unit that was still defending against this attack here was beaten, and all the other units was in reserve, which means even though I have fighting power at the better positions, I have been beaten and everyone moves back now. So that's just bad luck. And I still don't have the river side. Okay, not a big deal. I just move north here. It's not working perfect, not at all. But I remember a lot of campaigns I played where the initial fighting was not favorable for me, and later, because of some luck and some good planning, I managed to still win the fights, or the war at least. I mean, we're going behind them, right? So that's working. And he's not fighting, he's retreating. If a little of luck, we get those units too. Still waiting for the garrison here, for the attack. It looks a little bit like nothing is happening on this front. And just one unit on the side supporting it. Then I can later attack from 3 different angles. And as soon as I did it, I have a counter attack. Okay, now we have the technology here. We can build some carrier. So just a small version, and we need a bigger one because I had a better engine, which means it has more range, and we need the range for America. And even then, we never have enough range. But yeah, that's going. That's what we're doing. Yeah, carrier group. I think this one here will give me the ability later to increase my my care area groups here, CAGs, care area groups, sea attack and sub attack and all this stuff. So we need this sub attack stuff, which means we go for this tech. Three headquarters fighting. Okay. It's not my best day. No, I just don't get it. I don't get on the other river side. He's always interrupting my attacks. I so much hate militia. I mean, they have their amazing... you can do amazing stuff in militias, which you can't do with any other units. But for this kind of stuff, it's the worst unit ever. And I didn't expect it, right? My original plan was to move my militia as fast as possible to Korea here. I mean, then still a problem about numbers in a small area. But I didn't expect to cross all the rivers, and just for some river crossing, I would have 1 corps of infantry. So, but this is not working at all here right now. I mean, I do have the river side, so at least I can hold the line. There's no way Japan will win the war. But right now, it doesn't look I will win it either. I think here's maybe too many troops. Yeah, just move out. That's not an issue here. He tries to cut off too, but there's no way these few units will handle it. Okay, now we can move in here. I don't need to defend the city because I already have a parameter of defense here. Which means we just move in more units in this area. And that's the whole core. Yeah, wonderful. Wonderful. Support the attack, and this core then moves in. It's just a matter of time when he realizes how much pressure I put on Korea, and then he will move back again. That's so annoying. I must really say it's also sometimes a little tiresome to do all this micromanagement, back and forth, back and forth. Mainly because of I don't see right now where I can break through. Maybe I really picked a scenario which is way too hard to accomplish, at least with my American goal. But there was a goal, right? I mean, I've played maybe like 10 different campaigns, all on very hard, with all different nations, and I've won all of them. So I needed maybe a scenario impossible just to make it interesting to start a new campaign. But this one might be really, really impossible. At least the Japanese part, yeah. But we're not done yet. I mean, the whole part, or the whole Japanese army is still in this area. And if I can manage somehow to cut it off, it will starve to death. And right now I have a lot of troops in this area, and he has not. Also get the next harbor. Move in. I mean, you lost the war when you give up, right? Not before. So this one is moving in, and the other one is moving north. So everyone that can fight, move in too. What's you? Oh, you're being attacked? Okay. Move in some reinforcements. You're being attacked. Not a problem. More troops. Well, if it doesn't work on this area, I just move all to this area. Then we make a run for it. Whoever is faster in this area. And it would be me. I have the shorter way, even though I have the slower units.